Hello, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers. This is your tarot and oracle reading for your bonus love messages for the month of June 2025. So you have financial constraints coming out in reverse. Right now, it really feels like one of your biggest goals in life, Scorpio, is to get your finances in order. So that means I'm seeing big goals around paying off any debts that may remain, establishing an emergency savings fund, making sure that your savings that you do have are invested properly, and some of you guys may be wanting to open up more streams of income or deepen current streams of income. So there's a lot of focus on your finances right now, and perhaps in the past you really were like, I can't focus on going out and making friends. I can't focus on dating. I can't give a lot to my current relationship and go on all these fancy trips with them. We have to get our finances in order, right? We have the Ace of Swords coming out as your first card out here, Scorpio. And I do feel like there is a little bit more direction and financial freedom coming in and support coming in for you in the month of June. And I know this sounds totally unrelated to your love life, but I weirdly do think that those two things are connected. And it could be because you're connecting them, you know? You may be creating your own blockage here. Five of Wands in reverse. I am wondering if you are in a relationship or you are dating someone, if they've, expressed annoyance or concern, like, oh, we never go out, we never go traveling, whatever, and you've been dealing with that because it's like, I'm trying to get my life together, I'm trying to get my money together, like Tower in reverse. I definitely think that a certain dynamic, I'm not necessarily seeing or saying that you broke up with someone, but Scorpio, I feel like a connection with someone sort of fell to the wayside. Or like, how do I put this? It feels like these past few months, you haven't really been overtly focused on love. You've been more so focused on trying to pull your own life materially together and get your finances together. And as a result, there could have been a sort of space that has been created in certain friendships and relationships as you were very focused on career and finance and just getting your life together, right? So I am seeing that. And Tower in reverse, Tower moments happen to break down anything negative that exists, especially in our root chakra, right? And it's like, you didn't want to keep ignoring a problem that was really big here and like continue to spend money that you didn't have, right? And so I feel like that's why you're like, I'm taking a break from going on all these fancy dates or spending money like traveling with my partner, or trying to put myself out there. And it's like, I think you just needed a season to just focus on you and focus on you're pouring into yourself. Because Scorpio, what I'm seeing is for many, 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 many years of your life, you really did put a lot of people ahead of yourself. And you did kind of spend money that perhaps you didn't have and things like that, And I feel like you kind of missed out on a season of selfishness. So for example, a lot of people in their early 20s, they use that time to just date random people, party, get to know themselves as they're trying to figure out their life. That's often a season of selfishness for a lot of people. But let's just say, for example, during your early 20s, you didn't do that. Maybe you jumped into a career pretty early, or you had to take care of someone or something pretty early, and you didn't have that. And I feel like you just are needing a moment to just kind of have that for yourself and really pour into yourself, because it feels like you were giving a lot of energy, a lot of resources to someone or something, and that served you at the time and it made sense at the time. So there's no shame in that, but it's not sustainable, because now it's you needing to really just pour into you, save up your money, and fix any big financial or root issues in the root chakra. So if I were you, Scorpio, I would do some root chakra clearing and meditating this month, and just keep focusing on making sure that you feel secure in yourself. You have a safety net for yourself and all that jazz. Yeah, Nine of Wands upright, exactly. It just feels like a part of you is it's not that you're closed off to love. It's not that you're closed off to new communication, new friends, new dating if you're single. And it's not that you're closed off to having beautiful, expansive experiences with your current partner if you're already in a relationship. It's just there's a part of you that's feeling not ready intuitively. It would be nice to have new friends. It would be nice to go out and see more of the world. But again, there's a part of you that intrinsically feels unsafe right now because perhaps you don't have or haven't had like a safety net of finances or a backup plan, and maybe you were like spending or exerting energy that was like your only source of energy, your only source of finances. There was nothing else. So that could really make you feel unsafe. Okay. And same thing in emotions and relationships. Like if there is an issue that was going unresolved in certain relationships and you were not feeling safe and rooted and grounded and secure in that relationship, it could be really off-putting to think about doing something more expansive and growth and creative when the foundation of the relationship isn't secure. Does that make sense? It's like, why plan on shifting the relationship, spicing it up with like new travel, new kinks, new whatever, when foundationally where we're at right now doesn't feel safe to me? And so you may be resistant to shaking things up and doing anything like that in your relationships, in your love life, when that secure foundation isn't there. And so what I'm seeing right now is that you're building that security, and financial constraints in reverse is actually a good card because it shows that you're finally feeling safer. You're finally building that safety net, that security, that trust. And next to that, we have the 7 of Swords in reverse here. Exactly. Like you're just needing to really care for yourself and also make sure that your needs are being met here. And also, like, especially if any of you guys were dealing with anyone who liar, cheater, stealer, or whatever, or just any sort of relationship issue that involved you not knowing whether or not you could trust someone, even if they're a good person. At the end of the day, they are trustable. Like if anything really shook the security of your relationship, it just is really putting you in this place where you're wanting to work on the foundation, wanting to work on the system at large, wanting to work on your own sense of security and safety at large before you really expand. And then final card out, 3 of Cups, beautiful. This is happy moments in a group. So if you're in a relationship, this is like you and your partner really spending amazing time with friends, getting to know their family more, them getting to know your family more, and like where you fit in the world as a couple. Now, if you are single, this is showing beautiful memories being made, beautiful time being spent with friends, family, loved ones. And that, of course, can lead you to your love life, to your romantic partner. That's one of the most common ways that people meet their romantic partner is through their friends, their communities. And that's looking really good. So I think we really captured the vibe for you this month. There's a massive focus on personal security and a sense of security in your relationships and expanding. If you are in a relationship, you could be expanding your partnership to like greater groups of individuals, spending time with your partner, with friends, with family, etc. And this is who we are in the public setting, okay? Thank you so much for joining me, Scorpio. Definitely watch for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs to get the fullest overview of your bonus love messages for this month, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.